With the penultimate episode of Season 2 of Yellowjackets being released, that means one thing. The season finale is upon us, and the trailer for the finale comes along with that too. With the show coming to a close and there still being a lot to wrap up before the end of the season, I don't think we're going to get all of the answers that we're looking for in this final episode. However, judging by the trailer, it will be dark, it will develop on from everything that we've seen and provide us with a setup for the third season of the show, rather than a sense of resolution. So with that, I thought I'd break down and explain the trailer whilst giving my theories and predictions on what I think could happen next. So let's get into it. Here is Yellowjackets Season 2 Episode 9 Trailer Explained. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. The trailer for the final episode, being titled Storytelling, opened up with Lottie and Misty speaking. Some time must have passed at this moment due to the fact that it looks as though Lottie has healed slightly, and she looks as though she's a bit more able. Misty uttered a line to Lottie, which was, "You started this, so you better not make people start feeling bad about it now." I feel this is most likely alluding to all of the terrible things that have been done by the group in order to survive. The ritualistic behaviors and the sacrifices and offerings that had been done in order to hope to get the wilderness to give something to them in return. It seemed like Lottie almost came to terms with the fact that she was going to potentially die in the last episode. So with Misty most probably breaking the news to her about what happened to Javi and the fact that they went around Lottie's death and tried to get somebody else, Lottie may be trying to make Misty or the group feel bad about what they had done. This line was intertwined with the group looking as though they were carrying Javi back on a stick, following what happened when he cracked through the ice and they got him out. And also, there was a clip of Travis looking distraught over the fact that Javi was dead. This was after him seeing him for the first time. What's going to make this moment hit even harder is the fact that Travis had already mourned Javi once before, but now he's going to have to do it all again. And also in the previous episode, after they both didn't pull out the Queen of Hearts, they hugged each other and said that they were going to be okay, so the complete opposite has now happened. The next line that we had in the trailer was, "We have to do it the way that we used to," which was spoken by Shauna. This is most likely alluding to the ritual that they're going to be doing in the present day. Instead of the glasses that we saw being set up in the most recent episode, with one being laced with poison, Shauna is most likely referring to getting the cards and having whoever picks the Queen of Hearts being the person that ends up being sacrificed. We know that Lottie still has the Queen of Hearts card as we saw her holding it in the previous episode, so she could well have the remainder of the deck with her as well. Judging by a clip later on in the trailer, it seems as though that's the route that they're going to be going down in order to find out who to offer up to the darkness that they believe is there with them in the present day. What will be the return from the darkness? Hopefully a less chaotic life. The line that was spoken after was from Natalie, and she said, "Have you all forgotten where that leads? Every time they do an offering, something bad happens. Shauna's baby died and Javi died. And there's most probably many other things that are to come. So I feel Natalie is speaking a lot of sense when it comes to her sharing her reluctance to participate." After this, the next line that we had was from Walter, where he was basically introducing himself to Jeff. And he uttered a very important line, which was, "Do you want to help me move this body?" Walter had a calm look on his face, showing just how much of a psychopath that he is, especially when compared to Jeff's look of complete panic and fear, looking like he was well out of his depth, especially with Jeff responding as well with the line, "What?" It got me thinking, whose body could it be? What's really interesting is the fact that Walter is wearing the uniform that individuals wear when they're at the compound. So maybe both Jeff and Walter have gone to the compound. It looks like they're actually in the kitchen that's there. So could this be a body from one of the main characters? Personally, I don't think so. I don't feel like any of them are going to die in the season finale. I feel like somebody else from the compound is going to get caught up in the chaos that's going to be unfolding. Maybe it could be Lisa. There's been a lot of focus on her in the show this season, so maybe she could end up getting caught in the middle of it, like how Javi got caught up in the chaos in the previous episode. The next line that we had was spoken by a man, and it was, "This isn't over." It was hard to make out who it was, but I think it could be the detective that we were first introduced to as Jay, but is actually Matt. With it being spoken over a clip of Callie, it makes me think that this could be referring to the investigation that's going on about the murder of Adam, and his desire to arrest Shauna for the crime. We then had a powerful line which was, "You can submit, or you can run." This was spoken by Lottie, who it looks as though is going to be leading the cult when it comes to deciding who's going to be sacrificed. This means that somebody in the group will most probably be chosen once they pull out the Queen of Hearts. I imagine they are going to run, And then that is where Lisa or somebody else may end up getting caught up in the middle of it. They all have lives now. As chaotic as they might be, I doubt any of them will want to submit. This was intertwined with shots of Nat, Ty, and Lottie putting on the masks before participating in the ceremony, and I feel like that's going to be such a great moment when it occurs. We've not seen them in the present day doing anything that remotely resembles what they did in the wilderness, so I feel it's definitely going to unlock some darkness that they've had buried within them. We then had a quick succession of shots as the score behind was crashing and getting louder. There was one of Ben looking in shock, with that scene being paired with what it seemed like Nat was saying to him in the final part of the trailer where she said, "You really don't belong in this place." It does make me wonder if something is going to happen to him. It's been on the cards all season, so I feel Ben's time may well and truly be up in the wilderness. There was also a shot of Misty and Walter embracing at the compound. However, there was a flashing red light and a siren playing in the distance. So that makes me think that the authorities were called. Maybe they were called about the body that Jeff and Walter were trying to move. There was also a dark, haunting scene of it looking as though Travis was about to be consuming Javi. Even with his reluctance to do so, with all of them starving and them not wanting to waste anybody due to the fact that they could be used as food, he'll most likely consume his own brother, something which I imagine will be an emotional moment to witness. I feel the finale of this season is going to be so dark, and like I said, I don't think a 1 hour runtime is going to be enough to wrap it up. So I think it's going to be more about ending it on a cliffhanger in order to set up season 3 of the show, because there is still so much more that needs to be answered. With the show being confirmed for a 3rd season and the creators even saying that they've been writing it with the idea that there's going to be something like 5 seasons, it means that there's still so much more to be explored. My big predictions for the finale though, I think Ben is going to die in the storyline from the past, and I think Lisa is going to get killed from the present day storyline. She's been too involved for her to just drop off at the end of the season. I can't wait to see what this final episode is going to bring us. So, there you have it. Yellowjackets Season 2 Episode 9 Trailer Explained. If you want to see more videos such as endings explained, theories and predictions and character breakdowns, then click on the I button. Or alternatively, you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you'd like to give me a show or movie that you'd like me to review, then head over to my Twitter, @BrainPilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the latest movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. What do you think is going to happen next? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.